Now let us check this overlay color mode. If I click on overlay, much difference. You're not able to get the exact difference what is mean. Let us take this logo here and I would disable this swans footage and I would say opacity and overlay. So it has also obsoleted or it has removed the black color information, but in order to get rid of that, it has also multiplied with this channel information of our footage on our first video track. And if you see here, this is in the overlay mode and the total brightness has also been affected for the same. It has also multiplied the original color with the base color. So the same logo I had also made in with white background. So let's check and get the difference more clearly. I drop in the image here and I disable this, and right now this is my layer with white in background. So if I make this to overlay, what happens is it gets multiplied with the layer beneath it, which is my first base layer. It is getting multiplied, the white is getting multiplied with this, and suppose if we inserted this red matte here, so what would happen, and would make this again to overlay. So these both are, I'll just uncheck this, and if you see this, this is creating a reddish kind of tint. It can use, it is, you must have seen it is this kind of effect is also used in movies when you're showing something, a fight sequence or something, or maybe in orange mode, or maybe the old days if you want to show going to the olden days, great olden days. These are the different kind of colors which you can choose if you want to show any particular shot of your film or of your edit. So this can be blended to overlay mode. Our next blending mode is soft light. Let's check what it does. Soft light darkens or lightens the color depending on the blend color. The effect is similar to shining a diffuse spotlight on the image. Painting with pure black or white produces a distinctly darker or lighter area, but it does not result in pure black or white. So let's check that. I would again take this aside and I would enable this swans footage and I would make this to soft light. So it is not affecting the brightness and contrast, but if you can notice, it is darken the color, and it is a very smooth kind of blend which has been created. It is not a jerky or a very enhanced kind of result it is giving us. So this was a soft light. The next is hard light. Hard light multiplies or screens the colors depending on the blend color. The effect is similar to shining a harsh spotlight on the image. This is useful for adding shadows to an image. Painting with pure black or white results in pure black or white. So let's check that. Maybe hard light. So if you can see here, this one's footage is almost capturing 80% of the opacity, and it has almost been replaced and it is creating a very harder light kind of thing. Let us check this with maybe another footage I have here. It is a still image and it is a lens flare, and make this to hard light, or maybe we can replace it with this. I would replace with clip from bin. So if you see here, it is normal is this, and hard light is in this. So it is basically eliminating the white part and it is enhancing the layer beneath it. We can have one more footage. Let us check with this what it does. Opacity, hard light. So what it does is it is not basically displaying the black portion here, and it is only displaying the color values with less, maybe the only the color values in lighter values. It is displaying the beneath layer in them, and it is the black portion is totally remain being opaque and it is not being transparent. We can see the same in one more video we have here, and I would make this to hard light. So if you can see this, it is revealing the below layer. So this is again a different kind of blending mode. Now let us check with the next blending mode, which is vivid light. Vivid light burns or dodges the color by increasing or decreasing the contrast depending on the blend color. So let us check if I make this to vivid light. It is creating a very, of course, not a smooth, and it is creating a harder kind of blend. Let us replace our footage with swans. I would again enable this and make it to vivid light. Or maybe we can take this footage and I would say enable, and I would scale it to frame size. So this is not very big in size. I would like to scale this, and what if I say vivid light? So basically there are no brighter or darker values, so it might be difficult for you to understand. Let us get a footage. Yeah, maybe this chunk we can capture. Let us make this to vivid light. So what it is doing, it is basically overlapping the lighter portion with the below value, with the below layer, and this darker portion remains the same. Let us check in normal. Yeah, this was the lighter value, this was the darker one. This is a very, again, a nice footage where both can be exampled, as this is a blend of both the lighter as well as the darker. Yeah, so that was vivid light. The next is linear light. Linear light burns or dodges the color by increasing or decreasing the brightness depending on the blend color. So what vivid light did is it decreases or increase the contrast, but linear light would increase or decrease the brightness and not the contrast. So let us check that. So yeah, our brightness has been affected. That was linear light, where brightness affects, it increases or decreases according to the color values. The next blending mode is pin light. Let us check. Pin light replaces the colors depending on the blend color. This is useful for adding special effects to an image. As I said, these blending modes are very useful while creating any special effect. So if you see this, I just clicked on pin light and it is creating a blend of both, but the color information created is a kind of special effects. And let us check this with different footage, maybe swans, and make this to pin light. It is creating a special effect kind of effect. This can again be used if you want to create any special effect or something like that. We can have a look with this footage. It is a film burn footage. You can, let us check with this. If I apply here as pin light, what happens? It is creating a special effects kind of effect. This can be used if you have any kind of requirement. So that was our pin light. Now coming to the next blending mode. The next blending mode is hard mix. So let us check what is it. Hard mix adds the red, green and blue channel values of the blend color to the RGB values of the base color. So I would make this to the swan's footage, and it is creating a very harder values. If you can see this, it is adding the RGB values of the blend color of the swan's footage with our value to the base color, to the base layer. What if I disable this and I make this footage to my hard mix? So it is creating again a very hard color. It is leaving the final output is a very hard color, and it is extracting the RGB layers, red, green, blue layers, all the color information to a very hard kind of effect. So this was our hard mix, which is creating a very hard color by adding the RGB values of a video clip.